Welcome to this session, how to track your internal and external referral networks, and we're going to compare your options. My name's Simon McNidder, I'm from Promptr. So this session is for you if you keep having to ask things like, what business have we given or received with somebody or a business? Who do we know at a firm? Who knows the person? And who have we lost touch with? Has anyone followed up with someone's name? And which of our internal teams are referring to each other? My name's Simon McNidder. I'm the Chief CRM Headache Solver at Promptr. I've won 2 national CRM awards and written a book about the GDPR and legal CRM databases. I've got 30 years professional services CRM experience. I started off at PricewaterhouseCoopers. When Pricewaterhouse merged with Coopers and Lybrand, I went into the head of marketing's office and said, all our database, our data, our events, our mail shots, it's all duplicated. And he looked up from his desk and he pointed at me and said, "You've got that job." I didn't look back after that. That was fantastic. I spent 15 years at Pinson Masons. After that, then went consulting and have worked at some famous clients like Gowling WLG, Broughton Knowles, plus many smaller ones. We set up Promptr sort of CRM Outlook trackers because, well, CRM is just too hard and too big and unwieldy and too complex. Perfect for BD and marketing people, but less so for the average fee earner who spends their time fee earning rather than using a database. So whether it's a lawyer, an accountant, a surveyor, it's just all too complex. And that's why we set it up. It's mini or micro CRM without the big CRM faff. And it's perfect for bolting onto the side of Outlook and then tracking what you're doing without anyone lifting a finger of effort. Less about that. Let's go into the comparison of your options. So what we're going to go through today is the options of a record of referrals being in someone's head, maybe they're on a Word or Excel document, a PMS, a practice management solution, or a finance system. We'll go through referral database, we'll go through big CRM databases, and then the Outlook tracker, one of them by Promptr. And the things we're going to look at are, well, do these things make collaboration easy? Do you already own one? Is the setup fast and low cost? How complex are they to use? Do they only work if everybody in the firm uses them? And do they track Outlook emails with your referral network? Do they track internal referrals? And does the software or the options give you inbox alerts so nobody has to hunt through a database for information? Let's go through and compare the options. So first one, in a person's head. The worst option here, everyone can do this, and the problem with that is it makes collaboration impossible. If it's in everybody's head and it's not shared, there's absolutely no chance that someone in a different team and a different office can do anything about it. So I'm not even going to touch on any of the other options because if you're here, you're trying to get away from that system. You're probably also trying to get away from Word and Excel documents, but let's just go through it quickly. So a Word document, probably for lawyers because they don't use Excel at all. If you've got accountants and surveyors, well, they probably do use Excel. I'm going to jump to the complex to use. Well, if you use Excel every single day, it's not complex. But if you're a lawyer and you live in Word, or you live on the phone or in email, Excel is very foreign to you indeed, and it's a massive hurdle. Next option, a PMS system or a finance system. Great, you've already got one, you don't have to buy one. There is a little tick box probably on every single one that said who referred this client or who referred this matter. Absolutely brilliant for that sort of thing if you want to know about matters and clients. Less so for work referrers, work introducers, your reciprocity network, whatever you like to call it. They can be complex, although the lawyers use them all day, every day. So we'll get used to it at least. Everybody needs to have used one and they're unlikely to be triggering emails about your referral network, so not suitable for tracking your referral network. They'll probably do alerts on has your matter gone over budget, or is it getting near to it, but less so about referrers. So you've got referral database. These are specific database, they're tools that they you add data into them, you can look up and filter information, and you can get information out. Quite honestly, I can't see why you'd bother with this unless you really want a database view and user experience over a shared Excel or a Word document. I would never go Word. I'd choose Excel over Word every time, and I'd choose Excel over referral database. You can just put Excel in a central location that everyone can get to it. There's no benefit of a referral database other than the user experience. Right, big CRM databases. These have been the catch-all, the thing that's going to solve absolutely everything until you buy one. And if you've been using one for a long time, you'll know fully that they rely on usage, especially the older ones that aren't already linking to Outlook. So they require, and if I just jump a slide, here we go. So if you are requiring easy and fast and cheap setup, or if you don't want them to be complex and you only want a few people to ever use one, they are exactly the wrong sort of tool for you. Stick with Excel. Okay, I'll just go back. So we've got a couple of green smiley faces. Yes, they make collaboration easy. And yes, many of the new big ones link with Outlook and track who knows who based on who's emailing who. But you are starting at a very expensive tool here. You're buying something that's got 1,000 features or 1,000 buttons and fields in it. Perfect for BD and marketing, less so for the average fee earner, who you don't really want them to stop doing fee earning work, do you? So let's move on. Skip past that field. Outlook trackers. There are 3 in the marketplace. We're going to go through the Promptr one. Obviously, it makes collaboration easy. This is the whole point of things. Nobody has to lift a single finger of effort to actually know what's going on with who, because it is logging and tracking Outlook. Lawyers live in Outlook. They receive emails from clients or referrers and they send them. If you've got a system that tracks that or tracks meetings with your referral networks, you're onto a winner. You know who's doing what and what's going on without anyone doing anything new or lifting a finger of effort. So let's go through some of these options. You already own it. Big red non-smiley face. Of course you don't own one. They're new to the market. But everything else is as easy as pie. Quick setup and cheap. You can turn this thing on within a week and you're looking at prices starting at £100, whereas a big CRM database starts at £1,000 or £2,000 a month for your firm. I'll jump down to sort of only works if everyone uses it. And you go, well, hang on, of course it does. Well, nobody has to do anything. It's tracking Outlook. Now, there's no system out there in the world that can record if you have referred something without you telling it. Okay, so don't believe a single supplier that they go, oh, yep, no, it'll do everything. If you've received something from somebody, no system will know that yet. Now, the date is very nearly 2026. AI hasn't cottoned on yet that it can track that sort of thing. And once it does, we'll be bolting that onto ours, much like every supplier will be bolting onto theirs as well. What we do that the other systems can't do is, well, you have the ability to track internal introductions, but that's a logging facility. But they deliver inbox alerts. So your fee earners can receive a weekly email on each week, that summarises all their colleagues' activity with their contacts. And because it's tracking Outlook, it knows exactly who's doing what with whom. It'll deliver a day before meeting alert. So your lawyer is going to a meeting with a referrer. It'll ping an update about that referrer, who knows them, what's been going on with them and their company. Yep. It'll also produce alerts for the BD team, a weekly overview of who's doing what, so it's a full firm-wide summary, and then a monthly overview of who's been missed off, who's been forgotten about, who's been not contacted in the last 60 or 90 days. Just gives everyone a chance to catch up and stop people falling through gaps. Okay. So here's a screen with all of them without them faded, so that if you need to take a screenshot or an overview of this, you've got it for anyone else in your firm. So give you a few seconds to pause on that. Now, what if you score your options? So let's pretend you've got the smiley faces and you've scored them 0 for no, 1 for a question mark and 2 for positive, and then score your options and then you multiply them. Let's give you an example so that you could put this into your own firm. So I've chosen the sort of the Excel file, 1, 2 and 3, 0, 1 and 2 for the Word and Excel option for the yes and no's, and then I've scored the ideas on the left-hand side. Okay. It comes up with 12. If you did that to everything on your options, you've got the scores down below. And this is why, well, it's one of the reasons why big CRM databases don't get a huge amount of take-up, because they require so much buy-in and usage and adoption. So, Column 1, in a person's head. If you're a fee earner, On our scores here, you're scoring 18, but a CRM database is only 20. That's not a lot better than it's in your own head, is it? Which is probably why they have such poor adoption. You need to find something that doesn't require anyone to use a database. So CRM databases fail because, well, fee earners they don't have PhD in databases, or they're not IT whiz kids. They don't get up in the morning and go, do you know what, I'd love to use a database. Nobody does that. Spreadsheets fail for similar reasons. Excel is too complex for a lawyer. That'd be perfectly all right with an accountant or surveyor, but really, people forget how to get to it, and they don't want to. The only thing they get from a spreadsheet is the information they or their colleagues put in, and it's a huge amount of effort to get it back out again. PMS's database fail because, well, the who referred this tag on the client record is perfect for recording that matter or that client, but it won't help you track referrers. So I hope that helped. It's just a very, very quick run through of your various options. If you want to get in touch and find out more, maybe your options or a demo of the system, either email hello@promptr.uk or scan or go to these links so you can find out more, you can watch the demo, or you can book a meeting with us and discuss more. I hope that helped. A good 11 or 12 minutes of your time. Thank you very much.